Over your life, you are going to spend roughly 90,000 hours working. That's 1/3 of your waking existence entirely dedicated to a job. We accept this massive time commitment as the necessary cost of civilization. We assume it is simply the way life has to be. We tend to picture our ancient ancestors in a constant state of panic. We imagine them starving, constantly running from predators, and fighting a grueling round-the-clock battle just to stay alive. But for 99% of human history, employment didn't exist. There were no wages to earn, no bosses to report to, and no career ladders to climb. Archaeological evidence reveals a hidden trade-off. As we built civilization, we steadily surrendered our free time. In 1963, anthropologist Richard Lee tracked the daily activities of the Juhoansi people in Botswana, one of the few groups still living a pre-agricultural lifestyle. He found that adults spent only about 15 to 17 hours a week acquiring food, a pattern anthropologists found universally across groups like the Hadza in Tanzania, the Aceh in Paraguay, and the Martu in Australia. This chart shows how stark that difference is. On the left, we see that short prehistoric survival week. On the right, it is entirely dwarfed by our modern 40-plus hour work week. You might wonder if ancient humans really had it that easy. To verify that, we look at their bones. The remains of early agricultural farmers reveal severe nutritional deficiencies, teeth full of cavities from grain-heavy diets, and spines worn down by repetitive arthritis. The skeletons of the hunter-gatherers who lived before those farmers show a completely different physical reality. They were taller, their teeth were far healthier, and their joints show very little repetitive wear and tear. Prehistoric art offers undeniable proof of ancient leisure. Creating aesthetics requires hours that a species in a constant survival struggle simply wouldn't have. Look at this 30,000-year-old art found in Chauvet Cave in southern France. Rendering these horses and lions with this level of perspective and shading required immense skill, planning, and crucially, time. Or consider this 40,000-year-old flute carved from a vulture bone, discovered in Germany. The perfectly spaced finger holes mean whoever made it understood musical pitch and spent significant time crafting an object with absolutely zero survival value. Across multiple continents, our ancestors were producing mathematically precise tools, complex jewelry, and musical instruments because their basic needs were already met. They had the freedom to be creative. So what did an actual day look like? You wake up when your body is rested. There are no alarms or schedules. You spend a slow morning by the fire, maybe weaving a basket or loosely planning the day. A chaotic sprint. Humans use persistence hunting. We track an animal at a steady, rhythmic jog for hours until the prey, unable to sweat and regulate its body temperature like we can, simply overheats and collapses. By early afternoon, the productive work is largely over. Adults spend roughly 6 hours a day purely in social time, sitting in the shade, playing with children, and grooming each other. When the sun sets, the tone shifts. Recordings of modern hunter-gatherer groups show that while daytime talk is highly practical, at night, around the fire, over 80% of conversations shift to storytelling, myths, and jokes. And they didn't sleep in one giant block. They followed a natural biphasic sleep cycle, sleeping for 4 hours, waking for an hour of quiet reflection in complete darkness, and then going back to sleep for another 4 hours. In a world with no police or written contracts, your life depended entirely on your relationships. You invested enormous amounts of time into your community, because if you were hungry and people didn't like you, they didn't have to share. The trajectory of our species pivoted about 10,000 years ago here in the Fertile Crescent, when humans began planting seeds and domesticating animals. This graph shows the math of the agricultural trap. For millennia, human population remained flat. Once farming created a surplus, the line rapidly spikes exponentially. When population explodes, you are locked in. You must output massive physical labor to maintain crop yields. That required grueling physical exertion, clearing land, plowing fields, weeding, and harvesting endless stalks of grain entirely by hand. Those concentrated populations created a need for specialists. You needed administrators to manage the grain, soldiers to protect it, and eventually the very concept of employment. You began trading your waking hours to someone else in exchange for resources. Today, modern humans spend 90,000 hours working to reach a peaceful retirement. Our ancestors woke up every single morning already living it.